How to make your first $100,000 with your music coaching business. We're going to pull back the exact model and strategy for how to figure out who you're going after, what you need to offer them so that you can get paid a lot of money and the delivery is actually fun, meaning you're not burnt out with it, how to market and how to sell so that you don't have to burn out on content. You don't have to feel like a sleazy, pushy salesperson. So how do I know this stuff? This is exactly what I did. I'm going to quickly rip through my story just so you know you're not wasting your time with the wrong person and so that you know this stuff's actually possible. So this is the quick version. I was a recording artist first for 7 years. Then I learned how to produce my own music, sold beats, mixing, mastering, did the online thing. Then I started a social media marketing agency, not in music. I was working with realtors, and then I became a high ticket closer. I literally just did this stuff just so I could learn online business because I could not figure it out in the music industry. And then I also wanted to take the money I made and funnel it into music. I wasn't passionate about it at all, but it was kind of fun. And I learned a bunch of stuff. Then at the end of 2022, I joined a coaching program called Fanbase Explosion, where I learned how to sell my CDs in the DMs. I was running messenger ads to get fans to DM me, but I was not making that much money. I was selling CDs for $9. That my coach at the time was like, hey, why don't you do a high ticket coaching program? And I was like, nah, that shit's hella corny. But he was like, no, dude, you're selling your CDs for $9, but what if you could sell something for 3,000? I'm like, okay, that is kind of cool. What would I do? So anyway, I decided and locked in on teaching recording artists how to produce music because I knew how to record, write, produce, mix, and master, and I was really passionate about it. So at the end of 2022, I was $25,000 in credit card debt, making $2,000 a month as a youth basketball coach. My wife was like, dude, she didn't say dude, but she was like, I believe in you. I love what I believe in you. I know you're going to do really well, but you need to get money now. So I ended up getting 3 jobs where I was doing basketball training, social media still for realtors, and I was working at a coffee shop called Rooted. First 6 months of 2023, I literally only took 9 days off. I was also sending 50 cold DMs per day. So I was grinding. And I spent $15,000 on coaching programs that literally didn't work in the first 6 months. So remember, I'm $25K in debt, making $5-6 grand a month, sending 50 cold DMs, and I still invested in myself, $15,000. Then I met my mentor, Jeremy Pogue. Changed my life. Love Jeremy to the end of time. Every dollar I make in business, I basically owe back to Jeremy. He taught me how to run Instagram ads the right way. And then I ended up taking what he taught me, but then I kind of morphed it more into music. Because as you know, music's very nuanced and music is its own thing. And I built what I call my music social funnel. And I ended up scaling to $20,000 a month in 7 months, predictably, with paid ads. Then in 2024, I met my mentor, Austin Medlin, who taught me sales. Again, all the money I make, I really do owe back not just to Jeremy, but to Austin as well. And he helped me not only get better at sales, but he actually helped me raise my prices of my music production coaching program from $3K to $5K. Bro, think about this for a sec. You're sitting here wanting to know how to build your music coaching program, which we're going to talk about and get into it, but you're scared to charge $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. I went from charging $3K to $5K, and in 8 weeks, Austin helped me double my close percentage from 18% to 36%, charging $5K. I then doubled my business in 2024, and things were seeming really cool. But I do want to tell this part of the story, which I don't talk about a lot. I ended up shutting down my music production coaching business, and a lot of people are like, well, if your music production coaching business is doing so well, why didn't you just keep doing that? I'll be honest with you. I kind of felt lost. I felt lost. I felt like I had more to offer, but I just didn't know what to do. This is I've not even shared this part of my story in any of my content. So here's what I just was like, dude, I think I can do more, but I don't know what to do. I love the music side and I love all that, but I was just like, I don't know. I didn't know what to do. So beginning of 2025, I ended up becoming a closer for an executive career coach. And that was an interesting experience. I ended up doing $132,000 cash collected in 60 days for that offer. But in April of 2025, me and that offer owner decided to part ways, and I launched Music Money Mastery in April of 2025. First month I launched the offer. This is where I was helping expert music producers and music coaches get premium clients, right? It wasn't as niche down as to what it is now. First month I did about $8,000 in cash collected, no ads. I scaled that from $8,000 to $25,000 per month in 4 months. And from April to December of 2025, I did 125K cash collected with Music Money Mastery. So now I'm only focusing on music coaches. Reason being, I think that I can help music coaches more than like music producers, but I have helped music producers sell beats, mix mastering. But now we're just helping music coaches. So that's my story, the quick version. Now that you know where I'm coming from, let's now get into the stuff that's going to be tangible and valuable to you, which is your roadmap. So first step of this, and so basically what we're going to do, just so you know, we're going to talk about your roadmap, which is like the overall, but then I'm also going to dive into the actual math and then like all the things you literally need. So let's get into your roadmap first, okay? So first thing is your offer, okay? Now, the way I do it is a little different than what other people might do. So the way I do it is not just like, what are you offering people and how much do you charge? And it's not just who are you going after, but one of the things I talk about with my clients is messaging triggers so that you can deflect brokies and attract rich-minded people. That's something that I reserve mostly for my paid clients. And so what we're going to talk mostly about today, though, is just like structuring your offer, okay? So the first thing is you got to come up with a tangible transformation. And so obviously below, I've got a few good examples and bad examples. So I'm going to start with the good examples. Here's good examples of a tangible transformation. Finish one song fully produced by you that you're excited to release. Right? That was my offer for Rapid Fire Music Academy. Here's another example. Write, record, and release one new song that you're excited to pitch to sync. The other one is play your favorite song on the guitar. Right? Or land your first wedding gig and have all the tools, systems, and processes to make a full-time income with wedding gigs. Right? I have a client named Chops. He helps piano players and keys players play wedding gigs. He makes a full-time income doing that. So now he helps his clients do that. So that's a tangible outcome. You're going to land that first wedding gig and have the tools, skills, and resources to scale your wedding gig business. Here's shitty sounding offers. Feel more confident. Get more songs done. Play piano better. Play with confidence. These are shitty offers, shitty outcomes. You might be watching this thinking that might be what you think you're offering. I literally got on a sales call yesterday with a guy. He was an amazing guy. Didn't work out for us to work together because he just didn't have the capital to deploy toward ads and working with me to help him build his business with him. But what a great guy. But his offer was point A was, and I think he has a mixing offer. They don't feel good about their mixes, and point B is feel more confident mixing. I'm like, dude, that's not a good transformation, right? You got to have something where it's like you're currently not getting songs done and haven't released songs in over a year because your mixing and mastering sucks. So now your music career is literally held back because of your mixing. Point B, you've got X amount of songs done in X time frame. Tangible, okay? So getting more in the weeds here, your first offer should just be a beta program. No course videos, just do one-on-one calls and text message support. You can do one-on-one calls weekly or bi-weekly. Just literally do that. Like dude, just taking a step back here. That is one of the dopest parts about, I mean, this is why I love launching a online education business for music. You can start now. Do you understand that? You don't need to go build modules and should I use Teachable or School, or like where should I house my course in my community, and I need to make all the material. It's like, shut up right now. You don't need to do any of that. You can literally go get clients, sell them on a transformation, and start working with them without needing to build anything. And by the way, this is just to give you context. Dude, I did both. When I started Rapid Fire Music, I did not do what I just told you to do. I made the mistake of building my course. It took me 3 months. So I literally for 3 months planned it, wrote the modules, did them, recorded them, whatever. And then I went and got clients. Dude, guess what happened when I got my first client? My first 3 clients. I had to crumple up the whole course, throw it away, and start over. Because once I started coaching them, it was like, damn, there's a lot of material in this program that isn't applicable. And I'm also missing a lot of stuff. But I didn't know that until I started working with the clients. So with Music Money Mastery, when I launched it in April 2025, guess what I didn't do? Write a course. I was like, no, I'm just going to do weekly one-on-one calls. And I got people results without needing to make a course. Now I'm on like 3.0 of the course. And the course is like way better right now because I continue to iterate my program based on what my clients need. Like recently with my clients, we've been doing tons of work on sales. I've realized like all my clients set up the whole marketing system, which we're literally going to dive into here in a minute, right? The music social funnel. But they set up this whole system within like less than a month. Like honestly, most of this comes in within a couple weeks. A couple weeks and you're getting leads. It's super easy. It's the sales part that a lot of people are stuck on. And so I'm now pouring into the module about sales and we're doing more sales stuff. But I'm so glad I didn't do that stuff before I got clients. So anyway, for you, your first offer should just be beta. Next, after you've had like 5 people, then after you've coached those people, then go make your course and raise your price. After about 8 to 10 people, start add group coaching, right? Like add a group call per week or 2 group calls per week. Maybe scale back one-on-ones or take them away completely if you want, if your clients don't need them, and raise your price again. At that point, scale, right? So like right now, like when I started Music Money Mastery, everybody was on weekly one-on-ones. What I ended up doing was raising my price of it, and I had 5 people come in at weekly. So right now, I have 5 clients that I'm working with on weekly one-on-ones, but I literally cannot continue to, like, I can't take any more clients on weekly. But so now what you do is when you come work with me, you get 6 one-on-one calls in 6 months. Dude, that is still more than enough one-on-one calls because I'm on 3.0 of my course. Everything is in the course. We have now 2 group calls per week. And you get unlimited texting support with me. So I'm hitting you up every single day, checking in with you, sending you voice notes, sending you screen share videos like the one you're watching now. And so it's like now, like, dude, and I could scale this to $100,000 a month and still give people 6 one-on-one calls in 6 months. That's not that hard at all. And they still get you still get tons of support. You still get a lot of work with me. We're still building your whole business together. It's actually me. You're not just watching videos and going to have fun on your own. I'm still building with you. But it's also super scalable for me. And so you can build a program similar to that. All right. So that's how I would go about the offer part. Now let's talk marketing, which is really ads and content, right? This is the music social funnel. And so I'm going to quickly walk you through this. I've got a lot more videos on the channel diving deeper into this, but I do want to walk you through what this looks like. This is basically like what the whole model here. Let me freaking the whiteboard on Canva. I gotta stop using this. So basically, the funnel is really simple. Top of funnel ads, middle of funnel content, bottom of funnel, we're using the DMs and Zoom calls to convert people, and then scalable delivery. So let's zoom in on this. So top of funnel, right? We're using really simple ads, right? Really simple. I've used 7-second B-roll ads where it's literally like this. Maybe you've seen this one. It's like a random clip of me lifting weights in Tulum. It's super cool. I've also got ads where I'm talking straight to the camera. You can see I'm looking at the camera. I scripted it. You know what I mean? But dude, I'm also experimenting now with ads where you can see I'm not even looking at the camera. I was literally on coaching calls with clients. And I'm actually using these as ads, and they're actually working pretty well. But the cool thing about this is I'm using, and these are, by the way, these are Instagram profile visits. So I'm literally having people come visit my Instagram profiles, and you're going to see I have 2 Instagram accounts. This one is now what I'm using more to grow this business. Leezy the Gifted was like the main one. I grew it to 40K followers, and like that was like the main account, but now I'm using Lee Nathan Litvin. By the way, you could DM me on either one of the accounts. If I were you, I'd DM me on the Lee Nathan Litvin account. But anyway, I use ads to attract people to my page. And so now my Instagram page is the quote unquote landing page or website or whatever it is. And the reason that this is advantageous to other methods. So for example, what a lot of people sometimes do, here, we'll go and use the pen here. What a lot of people do is like, here, let me move this over, is they'll use an ad and they'll take people to like a website, right? Which is not bad, by the way, right? And you have like a video on your website, right? And you've got maybe like a button and you've got like some text, you know what I mean? And then like that takes them over to another page with like maybe another video. And then maybe you've got like your calendar to like book a call with you. This is usually like what a VSL funnel looks like. VSL, which that stands for video sales letter. So like this is kind of like what a lot of people do, and they frame it like a lead magnet. You know what I mean? This is kind of the classic thing. This is the king funnel, just so you guys know. Like I'm all about that. Like this funnel is the king. This is the king funnel. However, from 0 to 10K a month, this is not that good of a funnel. This takes a lot of tech setup. You have to set up web pages. You have to pixel each web page. It also literally costs more money. Like if you tell Instagram, hey Instagram, I want you to send people to this website. Instagram will be like, okay, cool, but because that's not really in line with what we want, we're going to make it cost more money. Because Instagram wants people on Instagram. Whereas with this funnel, which is Instagram profile visits, the reason this is advantageous is because you're basically saying, hey, Instagram, can you just like take people to my Instagram page? Instagram's like, totally, because what you're doing is keeping people on Instagram, which we like. So your cost per lead is lower and you're going to capture more leads. That's why I like that funnel so much more. Okay. So then after that, we're using content to nurture. And again, here's what I love about this. You don't need to post that often. You don't. You really don't. Like my clients, both of these clients, actually, I'm not sure how often Allie is posting or Ange. I know Ange is going crazy with content now, but for Ange, like, dude, now she's making 10K a month and like, she does not have a big audience. Neither of these clients do. I literally just made a post about these guys here recently. I just want to show you these guys because neither one of them, like, look, like Allie has 1,300 followers and Ange has 6K and they're both doing 10K a month. So you don't need to like go viral, post a bunch of content, have a fat following to be making 10K a month, right? So with middle of funnel, there's obviously different types of content. Like I do some talking head stuff, got some text carousels, 7-second B-rolls. You want to know the most exciting part though? And this is why I freaking love this funnel, bro. Look at these posts. This is me making music. Isn't that sick? Like my music is literally the best marketing mechanism to get clients. And so is yours. So is yours. Whether you're doing music production, mixing, teaching an instrument, you doing music is the best thing. Like for example, I'd love to show you one of my clients. Well, he's not a client anymore, but Sean Morris, I used to work with him. He's great. He's a piano coach. All right? By the way, I follow him on my other Instagram page. So don't be like, you don't follow your clients. I follow him on my other page. So he got 2 clients, and I actually have a case study with him here. Where is that? Here we go. Sean Morris. Sean Morris hadn't gotten a high ticket client before he worked with me. He ended up getting 2 clients for $1,000 each within the span of just a week. And he's, look, making music.
Is a fantasy. Some dreams aren't.
He's a savant.
Invitations. Some are a calling.
I love his videos. This man is literally a piano savant. He's been playing piano for over 30 years. But how... Freaking Sean, dude. But like, look. It's him playing piano. He teaches people piano. What better way to teach people piano? Or what better way to show off that you could teach piano than playing piano, right? Love him. So the other thing that I'm personally doing is YouTube now, obviously. Honestly, I got from 0 to 10K a month without YouTube. But now I'm doing YouTube. And what's great is like one of my YouTube videos, top of funnel, ended up getting me a 6K paid in full. This is 4.4K GBP. I'm in USD. That's around 6K from a YouTube video. Free content. So content's cool, but I don't think you need to burn out on content. You know what I mean? So that's, and then obviously you need to have social proof on your page like I have, right? So now what I want to do is let's get into the bottom of funnel, which we're kind of talking about here, but I'm just going to flip back to the doc. So with the bottom of funnel, which is sales, you've got DMs and sales calls. So the first part of it is DM appointment setting. It's really simple. So you're running Instagram profile visit ads, you're getting followers, and you're sending DMs to every single new follower, okay? Every 24 hours, follow up with people who haven't responded, right? No, it's not spammy. Some people might have seen your message, but they just forgot to respond. So it's really simple. You're just sending DMs to every single new followers. Track your metrics on a Google Sheet, qualify people, ask them questions to show them you can serve and support them, okay? This part of the process is literally in my program, we call this keys to the kingdom because the DMs is literally the keys to you making 10, 20, 30, 50K a month. It's all in the DMs. What I do for my clients is I literally give you my 10K DM template, which is how I got to 10K a month, and it's from DMing over 10,000 artists. At this point, I probably DM more like 30,000, but I think 10 is a good round number. So I give you my template, plus I customize yours for you, right? So DMing's huge. Then call, but I'm going to talk on this real quick. I've had people get on calls with me to inquire about working with me in Music Money Mastery. And when they say, oh, like, how many DMs does it take? I'm like, I don't know. It depends how good you are at DMing. And it's like, they need to know. They need to know how many DMs it takes before they can hire me, because they need to know if the system works. Let me explain something to you. Here's your alternatives. Okay. You could go hire another program. Like there's other programs, like one of them's called Six Figure Creative, for example, and they teach the VSL funnel. They're going to build, I don't know if they build it out for you or whatever, but a lot of other programs, they're teaching a VSL funnel. They might teach follow ads too, but they don't do follow ads the way I do follow ads because they haven't cracked it like I have. So they're going to teach you a VSL funnel, and they're going to sell you. I'm being real. They're going to sell you on how the VSL funnel is easier because you don't have to sit there in your DMs all day. They're right about that. It might be quote unquote easier in theory, but it doesn't work as well. It's not as profitable. Oh, and by the way, I've gotten on calls with music producers who've already hired other people like Six Figure Creative. And they've literally told me they still get broke leads and broke people on their calendar. So the VSL funnel doesn't automatically filter out brokies, just so you know. All it does is it skyrockets your cost and complexity of your business. So for all you, if you're sitting here being like, oh, I don't want to be in the DMs all day, and how many DMs? It's like, bro, my dad has a quote. I share this all the time with my clients. At least you ain't digging ditches in the hot sun. Dude, honestly, bro, if you are too soft, I'm being so real right now. If you were being too soft to DM people, I'm not the right person for you. You should just get the fuck off this video. I'm not the right person for you. DMing's easy. Like in the grand scheme of life, if all you have to do to make money is send DMs and get on Zoom calls, and you make an ungodly amount of money, $10, $20, $30, $50,000 per month by pounding your thumbs on a phone, which you can do at home in your sweats and slippers or at a coffee shop with a little macchiato or whatever. I've got my Americano here. Like, is life really that hard? Like, dude, toughen the fuck up. Then, and like people, bro, I don't want to get into that too much. Anyway, let's get into the call booking. So the call booking process is actually like pretty freaking critical. Me personally, Calendly, email and text message workflows. Like after someone books a call, they need to have automated email and text message reminders. And if you're like, oh, I already use Calendly and I already use the Calendly workflows that are default, you're losing. You're missing out on sending them helpful information. Because if you just use the automated email and text messages, there's other information you could send over that would help your prospects make it easier to buy from you. But you don't know about that stuff because you're just using the automated stuff because you're just doing all of this on your own. I actually build out for my clients their entire call booking process with more than just the default workflows. The other thing you need to have is a pre-call video. Pre-call video, explainer video, breakdown video, it's all the same thing. Which, by the way, this is super underrated and nobody talks about. Imagine this. Someone books in a call with you, and after they book a call, they get emails, text messages, and they get a video to watch. Doesn't need to be long. I usually say 15 minutes or less, explaining who you are, who you help, who this is and is not for, what your actual program and offer is, so that when they come to the call, they know you, like you, trust you, they know what your offer is, and they're ready to buy from you. But nobody talks about this. So that's really important. So that's kind of the whole process right there. Your offer. So here's the roadmap. You got to have your offer figured out. You need your marketing dialed in, and you need your sales dialed in. Let's talk actual math to 100K. So these are the numbers. At a 2K price point, you need 50 people. Dude, 50 people in a year. Think about that. 50 divided by 12. Sorry. Oh my God, 4 people a month. 4 people per month. Come on, dude. That's not that hard. 4 people a month? How about 34 people? 34 divided by 12. No. Is that real? Let's call that 3. 3 times, that is literally it. 3 times 3,000 times 34 people. That's $102,000. 34 divided by 12 is it's 3 people a month. Oh my God, that's so doable, bro. What about 25 people? You need 2 people a month? You know why I'm so surprised by these numbers? Because I'm shooting for 100K per month. And so I just, these numbers, I haven't calculated these. 20 people divided by 12. You need one. Oh my God, dude. Basically 2 people a month. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. This is so cool. Because I forget, dude, sometimes I forget to run these numbers. For you to get to 100K, if you charge 2K, you only need 4 people a month. That's 1 person a week. God, that's so doable with this system. This is why I'm trying not to rant too much because I want my average view duration on YouTube to be good. But this is why when people ask me, how many DMs does it take? How much money do I need to spend before I get a client? How many DMs do I need to send? I'm like, bro, God, stop being so soft, bro. Like, you literally need 4 people a month, bro. Like, who cares how many DMs it takes? Who cares? You only need 1 person a week. That means you literally probably need to only take 5 sales calls per week. That's 1 per day. I want you to literally sit and think about this for a second. If you're charging a measly $2,000, we're going to use this as the golden number here. You're charging $2,000, which is way too low, but let's just say that's what you're charging. You need to take 5 sales calls a week. That's 1 a day. That's 1 hour. Now, I'm not sitting here saying you need to work 1 hour a day. No, you also need to send your DMs, which might take an hour a day. You're working. Oh my gosh. You're literally going to work probably 2 to 3 hours a day. That's like 10 to 15 hours a week, dog. I'm telling you right now that with, yes, my system, this system, which I've proven, by the way. I mean, we have results. We have so many client results. Dude, oh my God, bro. With this system, charging $2K, which is nothing, you can make $100,000 a year working 10 to 15 hours a week. Realistic. It's fucking crazy. Now, if you go ahead and charge $5K, which by the way, you're going to sit here and think, oh my God, $5K. That's a lot of money. No, it's not. Not for I was charging recording artists $5,000. 2 people a month? Dude, that means you need to take 5 sales calls per month. Ha! Bro, you need to take 5 sales calls a month, dog. What are we talking about? Take 5 a month. That means you need to take 1 to 2 sales calls per week. Now you're working less than that to make $100,000, bro. Imagine what your life could be like if this is what you were doing. Even this. Imagine, like, you can work from your sweats and slippers, wake up whenever you want like I do. You could travel. You could work from wherever you want. This type of shit cannot happen with low ticket. If you're charging $27, $47, $97, $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, you can't do this. You cannot make this type of money this easily. You just can't. So here's all you literally need: 7 things. I wanted to put this in here too. You literally just need 7 things. You need an ideal client, rich versus broke, meaning you need to know who are the brokies and who are the rich people. And by the way, that's a mindset thing. You need to distinguish clearly broke-minded artists or clients of yours and rich-minded. You need to have an offer. And let's put the numbers here. Hold up. Oh, so it's 8 things. Sorry, I lied. You need to know your ideal client. You need to have an offer. You need to have your ad, or let's even put maybe multiple ads. Not a lot though. Dude, to get to 10K a month, 10K per month is probably like 1 to 3 different videos. I'm so dead serious. It's this simple. Content, right? And I would say 3x a week on IG and 0x per week on YouTube to get to 10K a month. Then scale to 1 to 2x per week on YouTube after 10K per month. You need your DM framework. You need Calendly. You need a pre-call video, and you need Zoom. These are the literal 8 things you need. Notice I didn't put a course. How funny is that? You don't need a course, not yet. After 10K a month, you can have a course. But just to get to 10K a month, these are the 8 literal things that you need. This is awesome. This is exciting because this is the future of you, your life, and your business if you so choose. So listen, I would love to help you build all this stuff out. What I literally do with my clients, we build everything together. If that seems interesting to you, dude, book a call down below. Would love to see if I can speak with you to help you as well. You're probably smart enough to go figure all this stuff out on your own, but you value time more than money. So why would you want to go wasting your time doing something uncharted territory when you could literally just hire somebody like me who's done it for me and multiple clients? So anyway, hope this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.